Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Beach Court Podcast. It's Mega Evolutions Week. Mega Evolutions is legal for play at all of our major championships events, as well as the Milwaukee Regionals, which we'll be talking about this weekend, and also all of your, local events. You got any cups and challenges you're going to? We'll be getting you prepped for that with our Mill walkthrough, getting you ready of the main top 5 decks and some other notable decks you should be aware of ahead of Milwaukee. We're going to take a quick little break to settle a debate that's kind of popped up among members of the pod.
It's not a debate
before the episode, but we'll get to Eric's point here in a little bit, and then we'll wind you down with some predictions for the Milwaukee Regional Championships. Let you know what we're going to be thinking about heading into it. Again, I'm Maddox Corcoran, your host for today, and I'm joined as always by Eric Ridgway and Parker Greenwald. Gentlemen, how are you doing today? How was the weekend? How's Mega Evolutions been for you?
Listen, I just kind of jump in and say, first off, before we even get started, Duval!
Headphone users.
Dude, for those of you that don't know, the Jacksonville Jaguars had a huge win over the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. My voice is a little raspy, but I'm going to push through. I had a great weekend. Jags won over the Chiefs. I don't care that the Knowles lost to Miami. We were supposed to lose that game. It's fine. And, I had some fun at locals. Squeaked in the top 8 with Cerulege. Thanks to Maddox doing his part in the last round. And me prizing Iron Bundle and get in my last match where I really, really needed the card. And, it was a good time. Good weekend.
Good stuff. For anyone who doesn't know, so again, Jacksonville Jaguars fans yell Duval, which is the name of the county in Jacksonville. So for anyone who is not aware, I was also at the game. My voice is in better shape because I got to protect the moneymaker. So that way y'all can hear my lovely voice and hear my 100% correct takes every single episode. Parker knows. And Parker, what did you get up to this weekend?
So I played some Cynthia's Garchomp on Thursday at the Cool Stuff Locals. Paired down, so I had to play the last round. Couldn't ID like everyone else. And one of my
Whoa. No one could ID.
What do you mean?
We were only able to ID because
Maddox wasn't saved. Well, yeah, I played it out, and then everyone did the thing you're not supposed to.
And everybody else was just like, "Oh,
your outcome based on everyone else." Really do be like that sometimes.
To be fair, my matchup was super favored if bundles in deck, and so I was fully intending on winning that matchup.
Oh well, surely bundles in deck, and you were favored, so you won the match, right?
No,
but what happens?
It was prize, brother.
You're lucky.
Oh, you should have played prizes. 2. You should have played 2 if it was that important.
2 prizes, bro.
Aw, so unlucky. Aww.
Sorry, I hit Archalodon EX in this format.
Hey, listen. Piper,
with Kate.
Guest of the pod. Piper gets to the pod prize 3 gimme ghouls on stream at Top 8
and
Worlds.
Lost.
No one can complain about prizing after Piper. Shout out Austin Charles. He was streaming and prized all 4 gimme ghouls.
That was crazy. So. I saw that.
That's crazy.
But anyways, to wrap that point up, I did play Polt Dusknor 2 locals. Again, I was just kind of feeling like no one's playing Psyduck. The deck's a little underrated. I hit 1 Guardy and lost to it, but then I won all my other matches, so it was all right there. And again, the last round, it wasn't a safe draw, so I said, okay, well, I just got to play it out, and I won. I'm pretty sure I hit... Was that when I hit the Alakazam? I think
that was the round before.
Okay, I forget.
Yeah, Mega Latios.
There's a locals playing a cool like Mega Latios like poison package
poison
deck
stuff. Yeah.
But it depends on Trolley, and I won the flip and went second and just item locked him out of Trolley.
Yeah.
I was able to just Nor plus Phantom Dive take 3. So worked out pretty well.
You took one for the team, but your prize packs also gave it back to you.
Oh yeah, I think I got the big pour. Oh, actually no,
the prize packs.
I pulled the Kangaskhan SIR. Cool, really cool card. And there's some decks we're gonna talk about that are playing the Kangaskhan, so it might get sleeved up one of these times and play it. So it's just like a cool card. Cool card might be like a neat engine piece for some future decks. So excited to see what happens with
I got Mega Kangaskhan.
You got stacks of megas unsleeved, just chilling there.
No, they're sleeved. These are all sleeved.
Okay, they're sleeved. Okay, at least they're sleeved. So
I haven't organized my eye block cards yet. I keep all my cards organized by set, not set, but block. So that way when F block or G block rotates, I can just be like, hey, take this box.
When
I
G
don't
block,
want
you're
it.
just like throw it in the trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Not quite. Rest in peace, Iono and counter catcher. Yeah, G block rotation. We could have a whole episode talking about what we lose in G block.
We could do like 5 weeks. Like
Yeah, I mean-
there's that many good cards.
Exactly. So we'll obviously we'll get reprinted a little bit down the line. But we got right now to talk about, and this is Mega Evolution Week. Again, all of our events coming up, and especially the Milwaukee Regional Championships. I know we've been looking forward to that, and everyone else at home is probably looking forward to it as well, seeing what new Mega decks show up and do well. I know at some point Parker was previously going to go. I was previously going to go, not going to be going. So Parker and I will be watching from home. But best of luck to everyone who is going. And again, we'll have our mill walkthrough in just a second to get y'all up to date. I know I normally like to tune in at home. Well, anyone who likes to tune into the Azul GG, watch party actually won't be able to, since Azul's streaming. Or sorry, he's casting.
Is this
this
my time to
upcoming regional.
capitalize?
If you want to pop on the stream,
Is
maybe.
this my time to capitalize?
So, or I mean, or I saw some theories that Pokemon just wanted to like snatch the viewers that Azul takes from the mainstream every time he does the watch party. So like, if we just get Azul on, then all of them will come to us. So I'm curious to see if there's actually like how notable of an increase there is, if any, during that.
Yeah, I mean, he's only going to get to do what, like 2 matches on Saturday, maybe 3 on Sunday at most.
I mean, there's 5 casters. I mean, and it's the Chip Azul duo. So I mean, so he'll probably do half the matches, or maybe
Yeah,
like 40% type of thing.
I still wish they just start earlier on Sunday. Like,
yeah,
they need more. But
we'll get 6 rounds of stream.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, and just I don't know. I like when a tournament goes on. Like I'm ready to like wake up and watch. Like when ICs pop on, like in LAIC or EUIC's on. Like I'm like up early, like starting it. Well, I guess those are on Friday, so it doesn't quite count. But I remember like Saturday for LAIC. When Eric, when you were down there playing Maridon, I was like tuned in early, like watching everything as it goes on. Like I like that. So. But I guess it's like a production limitation, probably, like how much staff they have.
Yeah, I mean it's a long day, right? You got to pay people overtime and stuff like that.
No, very, very true. Parker, you tuning in between work some, or are you gonna maybe boot up the stream yourself, or just watch Eric?
I'll try to tune in. I don't think I'll be able to much Saturday. Sunday, I'll try to.
You got some big releases this weekend? Some pre-release or something?
No, actually, I'm going to be working the booth at WasabiCon.
Oh, seriously?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yo, you get
Be there all
there's so
day.
many people doing a trade up challenge.
So they have
I hope not.
Are they wait, so Cool Stuff's doing a booth there and in Milwaukee same weekend?
I guess so. That's
Wow.
probably why they asked if anyone from our store could go.
That's
cool
fair.
though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know you'll love it. Is your girlfriend going? I know she loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
What's
Ticket
she
and
gonna
stuff.
do? What's her cosplay?
A couple of her friends are doing like Princess Peach and like someone else, so she's going as Mario.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
The whole Super Mario Brothers squad.
Love that.
For good stuff. Real quick, again, we're going to be jumping into our mill walkthrough here in a second. But before we do, wanted to give a quick shout out to sponsored podcast, FCBC Armor, for their sleeves. And again, if you saw on socials lately, we posted about it on our Twitter, and FCBC posted as well. We're actually super excited to be collaborating with FCBC Armor. Parker with the real zoomed in view of the sleeves. But again, we're really excited to be partnering with them for actually an incredible community opportunity, which is the kind of first that I've known of, or first that I've seen, Pokemon TCG Regional Travel Grant. So basically how this works is, working with FCBC to find someone in the community, need-based who might want or have dream of going to a Pokemon Regional Championship, but doesn't have the means to. And this grant is really looking to get them there, fully paid for, right? Take care of their entry fee, their lodging, their travel there. Really help someone, experience the regional championships that we get to enjoy all the time here on the podcast. And that so many of you also get to enjoy. So check out the link in the description below. And also on our Twitter, we have that Google form of the grant application to fill out. It's going to be open for 2 weeks after this episode comes out. So, if you are someone who's eligible, take some time to fill it out. Or most importantly, like if you know someone in your community who has this limitation and you really want to go with a regional to them, or go with them to a regional, then share this with them and, help share this opportunity again for this lucky person to be able to travel. And again, thanks to FCBC for making it happen and for being our sleeves of choice.
Yeah. I mean, super cool. I mean, I know the community like loved it when it got posted this weekend, and we hinted at it a little bit last week on the pod. So those of you that have been here, you kind of knew about it. It was coming, and we're really excited to kind of just give you guys an opportunity. It's gonna be tough to pick someone. We've already got like close to 100 applicants, and it's gonna be a big competitive group. So get your name in the hat. You can't win if you don't try.
Exactly. And again, be sure to share that with someone who you think is someone who could really use it. All right. To kind of kick off our conversation over Milwaukee, I need to hit you all with what does this card in standard do? Because a deck with this has been making the rounds a lot on Twitter lately, and want to make sure that y'all know about it. So we're talking about Mega Absol EX. Again, it's a bulk EX. Eric made Parker and I guess count it as a number of EXs.
The card's on my desk.
We cannot look
cheating.
at it. But what does Mega Absol EX do?
I know.
Wait, let me try, Parker. I know you know it. So I know like you can look at their hand and get rid of a card.
Okay, what does it cost? Does it deal damage?
It's double dark. I don't know how much damage it does. I think it does like 100 though.
Sorry. Okay. Anything else?
It has a second attack. I don't know what it is. I've got no clue.
All right. Sounds like Parker does know what it is, so I'll give you a chance to help Eric out on this one.
All right. So the first attack, if they have exactly 6 damage counters, they're knocked out. And
oh, geez.
Yeah, and then the second attack, it's 3. It's dark colorless for 200, and then look at the opponent's hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for anyone who is hanging along at home, just popped up Mega Absol on the screen in case you didn't know what this does. That's because again, there's a deck that's been making the rounds that plays Mega Absol in it. Yeah. So exactly. So terminal period, like Parker was saying, dark and colorless. If you have 6 damage counter, if your opponent's active with 6 damage counters on it, it's knocked out. And then Claw of Darkness, like Eric said, you look at the hand, discard a card you find there. Again, it's cool. You can discard any card and you can look at it, their hand. And for dark colors, dealing 200 damage. So the reason I mentioned this is that on Twitter, there's been buzz. Basically the backstory is, Tord mentioned he was going to Milwaukee. There was a deck he had to play last minute. And then someone went to a locals and played a Mega Absol deck. And then people were jumping on him saying, oh, hey, why'd you leak the Tord list? So we don't really know if this is the list Tord's going to be playing or not, but it's the assumed Tord deck, we're calling it. And some people have been playing it right now, actually. We're recording live during... Yeah, we're recording live during the All Out Blitzel tournament. And again, there's a few lists here. Dominic Price is the one we've chosen here at 6-1, playing something pretty similar to what has been talked about on Twitter. So this is the Mega Absol deck. It's a lot more than a Mega Absol. It plays, 2 Monkey Dory, 2 Cornerstone EX, 2 Mega Kangaskhan. There's like an engine, 2 of the new Evil Tall, and a whole bunch of other tools, including like 4 Penny, 4 Boss, just like really aggressive gusting and healing. You got some charms. You have the 2 lively stadiums to energize to charge things up. I mean, a really, really funky list, honestly. Parker, Eric, when you see this, do we think Tord's actually playing this? Is this real? It's a trolley engine, but like a whole pile going on here. What do y'all think?
I'll let Parker go first.
I think absolutely he could be playing this. Like I see the vision, like you can Monkey Dory twice to something, gust it up, knock it out, boom. You can retreat lock. Kangaskhan lets you draw 2 while it's in the active. You can tank hits, so like Lively Stadium and Bravery Charm. Like what's knocking you out? Like maybe Raging Bolt. Like
what's it weak to? Is it grass?
The Kangaskhan or
grass. Yeah, grass.
Weak to grass. Yeah.
So is this deck beating? Are we beating Venusaur with this deck?
Whoops. Is Venusaur real? Wait, what are we... probably not, but
what I'm gonna say is
Cornerstone. Yeah, Cornerstone walls them.
True. You said are we beating sorry, you said it's Tord playing it, right? That was a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely some I haven't seen Tord's list or anything. I know we did a Metafy today apparently with that. There's some things in here that scream Tord, right? There's 4 4 4 4, and then there's 1 1 1 1 1 1. So those are definitely some things that scream Tord. I don't know. I like this concept, but I wish there was something that was like disrupted their hand a little bit more, right? Because like the attack being able to get rid of get rid of a card is really good. Because you're never like pulling off the first attack, right? Like in any way.
Well, I think the idea is you throw up enough tanky things, right? If you go and say, hey, I'm going to have my Mega Kangaskhan with the charm plus Live Stadium, you're 380. And then now, like, and then, I mean, like, if anything two-shots you can just go, like, double monkey and then knock it out. Like, a Dragon Bolt hits into you for 200, or, like, a Guardy hits you for 2. Well, I guess you're...
you go double monkey knockout? Okay, sure.
Yeah, but also, like, you're only playing the 2 monkey. I mean, I guess... Okay, I mean, I guess if you have this powered up already, you could go...
Sure.
You have your monkey with Dark on it, use the Adrenabrain, and then penny it up, bench it, attach again.
Sure.
I mean, but, like...
Yeah.
Or use the E switch. I mean, there's a few things here. Like now again, I actually mentioned it last week on the podcast, but like this Evil Tall Petront combo to like put damage into play with your Evil Tall, like I think a really, really cool combo, and probably something that can use here into like maybe the aggressive matchups. So
yeah, one cool thing about this list is you literally auto win against Alakazam.
Yeah, you play Mist Energy.
Literally just auto
you ain't
win.
losing to Alakazam.
You just load up. You just get 2 energy. I mean, you just slow attach to a Mega Absol. Well, actually, Cornerstone also walls the entire deck, but in case it didn't already. Actually, this isn't friend effects of attacks. Friend all damage. Okay, so actually, just kidding. It's not wallet. That's why you read your cards, everyone.
That's not wall Alakazam.
Yeah, you just attach.
But Mist Energy does.
Mist Energy. Exactly. Yeah. So. Again, this is all I was, really sharing to talk about.
It's an interesting deck. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, there's people doing well with it online tonight. Once people know it exists and they know how to play against it, like, is it still good? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's all we're really showing here. But really wanted to jump now into our mill walkthrough section where we can go and talk about some of the other notable decks and the big 5 really that you should be aware of, and just kind of have like a group conversation about them. So first off, right, when we're talking about the big decks for Milwaukee to be ready for your mill walkthrough, we have to start with Gardevoir. So again, we saw Henry Chow and his crew go to Frankfurt and Monterey with the aggro aggressive build 3 charms, and then show up the next weekend and dominate with a jelly build of Gardevoir.
Wait. I got some breaking news for you.
Oh, no.
I got some breaking news. Robin is working. Robin has got the deck pinned now on Limitless. Through the Mega Absol deck.
Oh, on...
Yeah, literally live. So through 7 rounds, the deck has a 67% win rate.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe the deck is real.
Oh my goodness, bro. I'm sorry. I just happened to notice that it changed from other to Mega.
That's in the tournament. That's in the tournament going on right now.
Yes.
All right. So as you're listening to this episode, go check on your socials. Go check on Play Limitless. See how this ended up. So.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's very cool to see. So again, we saw the Gardevoir domination in our most recent major tournaments. Now we have some new cards out. And Gardevoir actually got some support, right? We saw the new Ralts, the new Curlia, the new Stadium. We got Mega Gardevoir if we want. We have Lily's Determination. I mean, Parker, Eric, like, what does Gardevoir look like for anyone going and playing this weekend?
So I think that we see Lily's Determination, like super, super duper insane card. Helps all the stage 2 decks immensely. You've seen them cutting the air balloon playing Latias EX because you're saying, I'm just going to find all the pieces, return 1 item lock every game almost. But I've seen a couple lists with double Jellicent, which I don't think will be super common. But like maybe something to watch out for because I don't know. But otherwise I think it's just pretty close to like the Henry Chow Jelly Guardy list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think Gardevoir right now being played with a lot of the Jelly Guardy. Really, continue been dominate online, see a lot on ladder, things like that. I think Latias is a good call, again, especially as decks are going away from Arven, being able to play things like Lily's Determination, giving you more outs. Again, you can, set up your board and, you can leave an Artisan in play and you find a Nest Ball and now you have your nest ball for Latias, maybe you drew into a Ralston, and you can artisan for your Frillish and get that item lock going immediately instead of having to rely on like finding the air balloon, which like maybe you wouldn't otherwise. So, Eric, what do you think about Gardevoir?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously last week we put Gardevoir in its own tier, in S tier, just because the deck is super super strong and it just finds what it needs, and when it doesn't, it can IO you to 1 and you miss a good bit. That's like the strength of the deck. Now it's got some big glaring weaknesses, right? Like obviously Grimmsnarl's running around, and Zorok's running around, and also like there is not a single switch card in almost any Guardy list. So like you put that Latias down, yeah, you can attack with it, but you're probably getting retreat locked. You put that Fez down, you're probably getting retreat locked in a good amount of matchups. So, is it worth it for Guardies to include Turo this weekend? Like maybe, right? Like there was a point last format where like last season where people did play a Turo and Guardy, and I think it's getting close to putting it back in there.
Yeah, right. The original Brixie did play that Turo. I've seen some decks, leaning a little bit more into this, like Ethan Pseudo Wudo to like lock a Monkey Dory, or even like other retreat options. Again, when that Guardy decks are all built a certain way, if you can, put yourself in the right position. And again, they're benching Monkey Dory. You could really go at another level and like, hey, I'm going to play a Mist Energy so I can't get confused, or like play a Defiance Vest. Like,
you can play stadiums. You can play the stadiums.
Yeah, the festival grounds or whatever. You could really do some like janky stuff to like lock a Gardevoir deck.
I think that's what Pidgeot Control's doing, right? Like, let's look at the Gardevoir matchup for Pidgeot Control. I bet you.
I don't think they're playing festival grounds. I think they're probably leaning more on Defiance Vest, if anything, or like a Mist or therapeutic. Really, you could really play a therapeutic if you really want to take out some cards in the binder.
Here we go, Pidgeot Control.
Scrape some cards off the floor.
Blitzel. Did Blitzel play Festival? No.
I haven't seen him playing Festival grounds.
Yeah, he played Lively also.
Yeah, the Lively Stadium makes sense. So, yeah, again, I still think Gardevoir is really, really well positioned. We'll talk about it a little more in our prediction segment later on. But again, still the deck you need to beat and at least know what your lines into that deck are. But Parker, if you had to guess this weekend, sounds like they're playing Jelly. Yes.
Yeah.
I would say like 90-ish% probably.
Yeah, they're playing
Latias. It's pretty 50-50 online. It's 1,000 decks. It's 521 don't have Jelly, 504 do have Jelly. Like it's pretty split.
Yeah. I think the tricky part there is like if there's gonna be that much Guardy, then you want to play the one that's better into other Guardies. So then playing the triple charm Guardy without a Jelly just seems so much worse in theory.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. Again, I'm expecting some domination from Gardevoir. We know it's going to show up in big numbers. I think Pittsburgh was really interesting because we finally saw Gardevoir numbers at the potential they maybe should have been for a while now.
Yeah.
And that number 1 played deck when really kind of needed it. So let's talk about a deck that is not excited to see the rise of Gardevoir, and that is Pult Dusknoir. Dragapult Dusknoir, right? We've been on this pod for basically a year now talking about how good Dragapult is. It's been dominating, throughout its, almost entire lifespan. Lately, competitive Pokemon was not complete without a conversation about Dragapult. But now, Psyduck is out, Gardevoir is running rampant. How good is Dragapult Dusknoir right now? Is it a deck that you need to respect going into the weekend?
How do you respect it? That's the thing, right? You can't respect it except for know how to play against it for the most part. You can put the duck in your deck if you lose to it. Like that's probably the one way you can respect it. But do I think you should put your duck in the deck this weekend? No, because like if you're trying to win the tournament, and I know there's a prediction segment later, but hot take, hot off the presses, there's not a single Dragapult above top 32. Like 0 in top 16.
That is super sauce.
I just don't think the deck's in a good spot. I just don't see it. It's a Gardevoir format, it's Grimmsnarl format, and those are 2 bad matchups you don't want.
Parker, what do you think?
I think that it is definitely it's not the best play, but like, can you make a deep run with it? Absolutely. Like, I I don't see a world like obviously it has a bad guarding matchup. I think slightly unfavorable into like Grimsnarl, but like I don't think there's ever a world where you can be like, this deck is really bad.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat, Parker. I mean, again, Dragapult does get a notable boost with Lily's Determination as well, just like a lot of other decks. I think that gives it more room to, play a little more conservative with those resources and give you some of those extra tech spots, right? I'm seeing double jamming tower coming back into Dragapult decks. Since you don't need to play as aggressive of a candy count or stretcher count, so you're not researching away those resources. Again, I think there's plenty of people who played a lot of Dragapult who say, hey, I can beat Gardevoir on a good day, and are going to still, punch their way to top 8 and, make a run to win the tournament. Now, will they be able to win the tournament? I think they'll have to beat a Gardevoir, and they won't be able to. But I think that Dragapult is still definitely a deck to watch out for. And I think it's going to do well because people are not respecting it. People will not be playing Psyduck. It's going to be a much smaller meta percentage of play, right? Gone are the days of Dragapult at 15. I think Dragapult's probably like a sub 8% deck, maybe even. But it's going to do well because only the most loyal are going to stick with it. And they're going to hit some of the jank and do well. And they're going to beat a Guardy. And they'll lose to one in top 8. But, they at least made it there. And a lot of people are confident saying, hey, I can make it there. Maybe I can't win the whole thing. But that's okay. I'll leave with a few $1,000 and call it a good day.
Yeah.
Where do you think sub 8 puts it on the graphic?
So I think it's still in that top 5. Right, the top
Fifth?
5. Probably 5th, honestly.
Around there, yeah.
That's a big drop off from where people have been playing.
I mean, if people are really not playing it anymore, then again, when we think about decks dropping, we also have to think about where is it coming from. We're going to be talking about Ceruledge in a little bit, but that's a deck that is kind of re-entering the meta. Grim is getting more play. Guardy's going to be getting more play. Yeah. Dango was kind of low before, and I think some people will be going back to it with the rocks. We'll talk about that just in a second. So, that has to kind of take away from some of this Dragapult. People who show up and play the best deck are no longer picking up Dragapult. They're picking up a Gardevoir.
Yeah, because on stream in Pittsburgh, it was 15% day one. Mm-hmm. You think it's going to drop that much?
Maybe will, maybe won't.
Drop. That's a big drop.
I mean, maybe 8's too much, but I think we will see a big drop.
I think a lot of the meta share is going to come from the Joltik box players. I think we're going to see Joltik box will not be on the graphic.
Yeah. I mean, I personally know friends who are going to play Joltik or Dango hands, and they said, actually, no, I'm just switching to Ceruledge. Honestly, not a bad call.
I like some Ceruledge around here.
No. While we're talking about it, let's just go right to Ceruledge. So again, Ceruledge, a deck that's been around for a while. We haven't really seen a lot of play with it in general. I think Ross Cawthon has had some notable appearances with it. Some decent placements, but nothing.
He's played 4 bad cards in his list, but he's been doing
well. We'll get there. We'll get there a little later. But Ceruledge really gains a lot from the new Soul Rock and Lunatone package, giving you an early aggressive option to hit for 70 with your Soul Rock. But also, since your deck has to play such a high count of energy, now you can benefit from a Radiant Greninja equivalent in Lunatone. With the Lunar Cycle ability, discard a fighting and draw 3. So it really gives that deck a lot of extra dig and a lot of extra ways to discard energy. And it surprisingly popped up a lot in online tournaments. I think last week, I was maybe a little bit lower on the deck, but now that a week has passed, we've seen just how much is being played. People are buying the cards. I think this is a deck that shows up in Milwaukee and probably in your local tournaments this weekend as well. What do y'all think about Ceruledge?
I think it's very real.
Yeah.
Basically, if you ever sit across from Dango, you could circle your name on the match slip for the most part.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you definitely say that for Mega Venusaur, but Ceruledge, it is closer than you want it to be against Goldango. You do want that to be an auto win. I mean, the matchup data says 60-40 online. I think that's about right. Right, you're definitely 60-40 favored, but I agree with Maddox that it can go bad.
Yeah. Obviously.
But you're looking at the meta, and a Guardy Jelly, your favorite at 56%. Gardevoir, it's 47% with the Charm variety. Grimmsnarl is your worst matchup out of all the big things. Dragon Ball Dusknoir, 52%. Goldango, we said, Raging Bolt, you're favored. So everything you're like, you're really favored. And the card that a lot of people are not talking about in Cerule Edge, and in general, some of these decks, which I don't know if we're going to talk about Ho Armorage box, but Legacy Energy is a really good card this weekend, I think. And it's close to like teching in E Hammer this weekend. Like with Dragapult's playing, Dragapult's playing the Neo Upper Luminous Energy out there. Now you've got the Legacy Energy in Ho-Oh box, and you've got it in Cerule Edge. Like, it's a really close tech conclusion. If you feel like that swings the matchup enough for you, I think Cerule Edge will be on the graphic. I think it'll be a top 5 deck. It'll probably take the place of Raging Bolt, and Raging Bolt will fall off a little bit. I like the deck a lot. I play it very differently than a lot of people do. We'll talk about Carmine in a little bit, but people are playing Carmine going first. I like 4 research, 2 to 3 lilies, some other things. I really wanted to find a room for Badoo in my list, but I haven't found a room for it yet. But like, and the more games I play of Cerule Edge, the bench space is actually kind of a problem, right? You want 2 Charks, you have a Squawk, you got Soul Rock, Lunatone, and then you want space for a bundle here and there. So the bench space gets pretty tight. So Badoo probably just doesn't work because of that. But like, there's just so many times you want to get to the Soul Rock turn 1 and you can't because you don't have Latias, you don't have air balloons. Like, those are things you don't really have luxury to play and get to quickly. But I like it as a go second deck because it sets up better, and over the course of like the game, you discard more cards and your deck is thinner. And with the Legacy Energy, you don't really care if you go second. So I'm really a fan of the deck going second, and I'm liking it right now. Had a 10-game win streak earlier today on live with it, and it's just a good deck. I mean, it's strong, it's fast, it's quick, and you can just get moving. You got 3 boss. I play the I play the, what do you call it, the bundle.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of good cards you can play. I think it probably is close to, if not the best, most aggressive deck we have in format. I mean, Briar's just good. You can just fix everything with Briar.
Briar, good.
Yeah, I mean, definitely right. I mean, Cerule Edge, and even back when it was not played that much, right? Cerule Edge does stand out as really being one of the decks that can probably most effectively use Briar, really just because, you have your main attacker being, this unlimited attacker, really. You're an aggressive deck, and then if you go and take that early prize knockout, you can recover from it. I have some concerns. I don't know if the Lunatone Soul Rock is like a strong enough engine. Like, I've been like trying other things. I've been trying to make this Hearsay Pelipper work for so long.
You love that card, bro.
I do love the card, and honestly, like, in a deck where you do have to like discard a bunch of your stuff, like, it seems decent. So like that's kind of the version I've been playing around with. So there's some like decent pieces there, and again, I think like Eric said, the Legacy Energy is just very, very good. Something that you don't normally have the access to. Again, there's that prize manipulation. We do have things like Dragapult, but you're decent in the Dragapult already. Like, it's so weird numbers from the hit. Guardy can like hit you for a lot, and then Monkey Dory, but then like that leaves some other concerns that they have to hit you and leave. So like, since you're already buying extra time from them with a play like that. So again, I think it's kind of cool to see Cerule Edge really jumping up in format. And again, like, this will be a deck that's played this weekend, probably going to be played locally, going to be played at Milwaukee. I think it's just like, how high is the ceiling for Cerule Edge is really the question.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk. Well, one deck we mentioned again, Goldango. Goldango was kind of the, of course, ran the world at Worlds, basically. Has been that key most popular deck. Started to kind of fall off a little bit after the Worlds format. Didn't quite perform as well, having a little harder time. The Jelly Guardies running around, and it's still around here. It does gain a new variant with, again, the Lunatone and Soul Rock, really leaning heavy into like the fighting energies and the metal energies, almost similar to like the Secret Box Lightning builds that Daniel Magda and a lot of his group out of Europe played. But we see like a brand new Cerule Edge really leaning on like the early aggression of Lunatone and Soul Rock to get that first attack in, and then just trying to make it rain for big knockouts later. So what do we think about the state of Goldango right now?
I think it's a fine play, personally. Yeah, Cerule Edge is really rough, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm not 100% sold on the Soul Rock stuff. Like
You love ESP, bro. I know you love that card.
I do. Being able to just like Arvin for a knockout is like
You think Togekiss is better than Soul Rock Lunatone?
no. I hate Togekiss.
Oh, so you're just like
I'm
like
like
Scizor,
pure,
right? Like yeah.
Yeah, Scizor or some kind of amalgamation, but I don't know. I still like Togekiss.
It's just wild to me how much it's like fallen off in favor online right now. I mean, it's you look at the numbers, it's 6th most popular on the list in limitless online tournaments. 5.3%. I mean, I know the meta share is kind of crazy online, so really that equates to like more like 10 probably in real life. 50, but it's boasting a 53% win rate. I mean, that's a good win rate to have.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fallen off, but I don't know why. But it might be the most underrated deck of this format, right? Because if we're gonna say that Grim is gonna be good in Milwaukee, and we're gonna say that Gardevoir is gonna be good, then that makes Goldango good, right? Like, so I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Goldango is definitely, I think, a little bit slept on right now. I think the tricky part inherently with Goldango is you have like the Togekiss variant, which is kind of clunky, relies on some coin flips for some of your bad matchups, and then you have the Solrock, which has the early aggression but lacks a lot of dimension. Right. I think what made Goldango really good for a while into these stage 2 decks was the ability to, again, like Parker said, I'm going to slam Arvin for Energy Search Pro to grab 8 energy for a knockout. But then also allows you to play things like the Levincia, and now we're getting energy back with 2 lightnings back. I'm going to play Monkey Dory plus a dark energy to constantly heal myself. Like when we lean into this fighting package, we have to cut all of that, and we're just saying, I'm like maybe playing a picnic basket. I just have Monkey Dory. Sorry, I don't even have Monkey Dory. I just have my fighting attackers and a couple metal energy to swing big. But now, like if an opponent goes like turn 2 Candy Pult. It's harder to catch up to that knockout, basically, right? I mean, like you lose a lot of the strengths with this package. So I'm not like entirely convinced on it, but I'm also kind of with Parker. I don't know if it's my old Goldango head, if I'm allowed to say that, from like, when I played a deck 3 months ago, it was so different. But now it's like if you have to like play a prize cheese method of like, I need Soul Rock plus Vitality Band and like Premium Power Pro to KO opposing Soul Rocks. Or we got to do Togekiss coin flips. I'm like, what are you doing?
The best interaction for the Vitality Band. Make sure people know this.
Well, Frillish, of course.
It's the Frillish interaction is like the best interaction for the card. So, but not everyone knows that. So I just want to make sure that everyone did.
Yeah. So yeah, we're playing the Vitality Band just for the extra lines and the Frillish. I think Goldango is a little bit slept on right now. The problem is like it's slept on, but I think decks are still respecting it somewhat, right? Any of these control type decks are still playing a cornerstone. We're still seeing like some Toad Scrolls around. Like it's a deck that people are ready for and not going to let it, just go by. Right now, I could see a situation where maybe Goldango has a rough show. Too many people play a trolley build with, the Soul Rocks and they don't really get set up. And then they, drops off a little bit. And then maybe if it's not respected for future tournaments, then it could have a little bit of a rise later on.
You really think the Toad Scroll will stay in people's decks this weekend?
You said do we know why?
Do people include the Toad Scrolls? Like if you put it in your deck for Pittsburgh because you had a bad Goldango matchup and you were scared of it, do you keep it in for Milwaukee?
If you're playing like Zoroark, like I think definitely.
It's close. I don't know. It's close to saying like maybe it's not worth it because it's 2 cards. That's a lot. It's a big commitment.
Well, 3 if you're doing it right. Also,
3.
Right? You need the double Toad
Yeah,
School.
you need 2 Toad Scrolls. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Goldango's definitely slept on. It'll get a good finish. I think someone will crack it for sure.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have been playing Trolley. I actually like the idea of a different ace spec. I think Trolley, you're too reliant on that Arvin to get set up. You're not playing Buddy Poffin and Nest Balls, which are cards you want. So you could go back to like old school Goldango with like a Prime Catcher. Also, Secret Box I think is still decent. I'm trying to make Energy Search Pro work, but you can't really play the rocks with that. But if you're playing the rocks, I do think probably the rocks will probably be the best approach for now, or someone just pulls up with literally. You could probably show up with Piper 60 from Worlds and like still be in
Yeah,
good
yeah,
shape,
yeah. That's what I'm
honestly.
saying. Like, I think Togekiss is low key close to the best way, and you could play Togekiss like with the rocks, maybe, and some variant of that. I don't know. Maybe it's too many bench spots. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, all right, all right.
Yeah, true.
You could.
You go
I
like
do think
Soul Rock for knockout, Togekiss flip.
That would be crazy.
much.
That would
That's
truly,
pretty good.
True.
genuinely be crazy.
I mean, your board's awful at that point, then, right? I mean, you got like 2 Gimme Ghouls, a Togepi, Sudowoodo, and Solrock Genesect. Like, that's awful. Like, let's not
Nah,
lie.
Genesect got trashed. Played poor Ultra Ball.
Which is also bad for other reasons that we'll go into another time. No, but also, I mean, I think what's nice that Cypher becomes better throughout. Like when you play the gongs and you have more outs to seeing more cards off top of your deck, right? You can go and Cypher and use Lunar Cycle to go and see some of those cards. So Cypher gets a little better. I do think Goldango's in a good spot. Some of the other decks around are kind of built to beat it, which is just the tricky part. All right, last one of our big 5 that we're talking about here is Grimmsnarl. So again, we saw Grimmsnarl show up in a big way at NAIC. Again, had a huge performance, really dropped off for the World Championships, and has kind of been creeping back in the new Mega Evolutions format. Again, it does benefit greatly from the Lily's determination. Again, it's really the draw support that's been looking for this whole time. A deck that can easily stay at 6 prizes, that needs to see a lot of cards, that has consistency issues, doesn't want to research things away. So great inclusion for the deck. And also that Evil Tall giving it a new free retreat lock option. But I think the biggest piece for it as well is with Gardevoir seeing a lot more play and Grimmsnarl being probably its most consistent version ever, it's seeing a lot more play. Parker, I mean, you're our big Grimmsnarl player, if anyone. What do you think about Grimmsnarl right now? And if you were going, was that a deck that you'd even be considering?
Definitely. I think everything. I probably wouldn't play Polt. Probably wouldn't play Cerule Edge if we're calling those in like the top 5. The other 3 are a little more enticing, but Grim is I just never thought it was bad. Your Dango matchup was worse because in the Grimmsnarl of old, you used to be able to just gust up a Goldango and item lock, and now they just attach air balloon and draw 2 and retreat. So I was can't do that anymore.
Lavencia, grab 2 energy back.
Yeah, he's yeah. No, it's it got worse, but I don't know, with Dango on the downfall a bit, and the jelly version of Guardy is rough, but it feels a little more winnable even than
You think it's rough?
Well, no. I meant just being rough. No, that version is more easy to win against than I think the big Drifloon go kill your guy strategy. But no, it would have definitely been a high consideration.
Yeah, this is a deck I think won't get the play rate that it deserves this weekend. I think this is the deck that probably should get the plus 10% play rate, and it won't. But I think that we'll see this deck in top 8. I don't know if have we had one in top 8 yet?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Piper had it for NAIC.
Oh, true.
She got 3rd.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Just top 8, not top 4.
Yeah,
it hasn't quite had that high spike. I mean, again, we saw its biggest performance really at NAIC. Haven't heard much from it since. But I agree with you. I think this is the weekend that it really could bounce back. And I think it's well positioned with a lot of Guardy. Frostlass is good. It's going to benefit from Retreat Lock. Not a lot of decks are respecting the switch outs. It's definitely a weekend to play your Turos if you're debating on whether or not to play it. And you just have some dimensions to it, right? You go in with Frostlass, you can go play a Badoo or your Maractus or Evil Tall, right? I mean, you have some strategies that are just proven good. And honestly, one of your worst matchups in Goldango, isn't even built to beat you anymore, right? They're just trying to banking on good matchup and say, hey, I'll maybe play a Picnic Basket. I'll maybe find enough energy to KO you, right? I mean, I think you gain a lot of points with Grimmsnarl this week.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. That's our main 5. We did want to talk about a couple other decks that are notable. And first off, one we were just talking about a little bit earlier, the Tor deck, whether or not he plays it, will determine. But Mega Absol, Mega Kangaskhan. I mean, do you think people are actually going to show up and play this? Is really the question.
Probably, yeah. I mean, people love playing like good fun decks, right? And if this, I mean, it got out.
Is this a fun deck? I mean, this is a wall stall, like almost a control deck.
But the reason why it's fun is because like it's new, right? Like it's something else, and if it's good, which its win rate is still holding 66% after one more round, it's pretty good, man.
But I mean, like, but is anyone going to Milwaukee, like waking up on Thursday, looking at the All Out Blitzel tournament, saying, "Oh wow, this did really good. Let me go buy some Mega Absols from the vendors tomorrow and sleep this up."
I mean, I can tell you what, the guy that's currently on 94th, Torwood Reklev 2, he's playing it.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, we know it's super late for Tor, but I'm sure he's awake. He's probably like waiting for his flight to Milwaukee and like, let me just enter this tournament real quick.
I don't know. I mean, I think that to answer your question, I think people will play it. It won't be played like at a high rate, obviously, right? It's not going to be, or it'll be played less than Raging Bolt, right? And we're not even talking about Raging Bolt as like a top 5 or even like another notable, right? It's kind of like falling off a little bit right now. But I think the deck is good. You've got players out there like, I'm just going to name a few players that I know that never commit to a deck. Max Corcoran, Parker Greenwald.
Well, they won't be there, so they're not factors.
Well, there's people out there that like just they won't. You don't commit to a deck, and this pops up like, oh, it's got a good win rate. I'm a good enough player. Like, sure, like let's play. Let's play. No, Max doesn't do that. But I'm just kidding.
I do.
We definitely know some folks. There definitely are some folks that'll pick up this deck. And
I can see people doing it. I mean, let's just check TCG player. I'm curious.
Check the prices. Bro, they're not getting 2-day expressed anywhere on TCG player.
Let's find out.
No shot. Now, if you're
still under $1.
Yeah, order them now while you can. Basically,
you can get the SIR for $92.
Okay, now we're talking.
Sure.
All right, we've talked about a lot about Absols, so we'll move on. Again, a deck that is showing up a lot on online tournaments. I've played against it at locals. Maybe you have too. But this is the Alakazam the Dunsparce. I mean, I think this deck was a ton of fun, right? You're drawing so many cards, being able to place damage. I think, Eric doesn't think it's real, but the question is, are people going to show up to a big major tournament and play this and do well with it?
No.
Absolutely.
No, ain't no way, dude.
You think they're doing well with it, Parker? You think
well with it? I don't know.
It's someone making money with this deck.
Top 32. Probably.
No. I mean, Comp Builder's made top 32. I think Alakazam's probably better than Comp Builder, honestly.
You think?
I mean, half the decks in format aren't even playing Iono.
True.
Like you actually destroy all the decks that don't play Iono.
All right.
You have I think a shot against other ones.
I think it's just an opportunity cost thing for me, right? I think like if a top player shows up with Alakazam, I think without a question they will make money with this. I think it's just if someone is looking at their options, right? Are any of those like top North American players going to look and say, okay, well I could play Alakazam, or I could play any of the other 5 decks we just talked about, or even the Mega Absol deck,
or
right?
they can just play United Wings at Dunsparce.
I mean, Alakazam is way better than United Wings. You know that. Also, zero synergy with United Wings and Dunsparce.
I don't. This Alakazam deck is a meme, and that's all it's going to be until it proves itself.
Wow.
I think
it's winning online, right?
We can see a Mega Lucario or Cynthia's Garchomp or Mega Venusaur all do way better than this deck. Or Okidogi.
Yeah.
I think Alakazam's doing better than Okidogi.
I mean, I know one person on Twitter is playing Okidogi, so shout out them.
Shout out them for sure. All right, I think this deck is solid. I'm not a fan of the enriching energy. I feel like that you have other ways to see cards and you want an ace spec or something else. I don't know what it is yet. But I think they'll figure it out. Again, I don't fully know if it beats everything, but seems a lot of fun to play. And I think someone will actually have a deep run into day 2 with it. I'm not sure if they'll cash with it, but I can definitely see this cracking the top 100.
Yeah.
All right, a couple other more powerful, we'll say, notable decks. If Charizard. Again, Charizard has really been quiet. Again, the main thing holding it back has been Dragapult, Dusknoir, just kind of throughout Dragapult's lifespan. But now that Dragapult is maybe on the downswing, Charizard got Lily's Determination. It's gains an extra consistency piece.
It won the
Still playing
Doom tournament
Dusknoir.
this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, is now Charizard's time if Dragapult plays at an all-time low, right? And you're good in the Guardy, which is hard to do.
Pidgeot's good, man. Pidgeot is a good card. And Lily's is also a good card. And you're a deck that you don't take prizes early often. I could see Charizard making top 8. I mean, it's a good strong deck, and you play some Evos in there. You play some town stores. I saw a list with some town stores. That way you could like Lily's into the town store to try to get Evo
Find
set
Evo,
up.
find Max Belt. That's fair.
Yeah. So like I could see it being good. Obviously you've got some weakness points, but avoid the Dusknoirs, play Psyduck if you're scared of it. And that's what the winning list in Doom did. They played Psyduck. And we'll see what happens with Charizard. I think it's a good deck. I think it's it might take that 6th place on the meta chart. Like might be right there. So we'll see.
That's fair. People are always looking for a chance to play Charizard. Parker, what you think?
Yeah, I mean everything Eric said is true. It's always like a deck that is like it's just good. It's been just good since Obsidian Flames released. Like I don't know, Big Lizard hit knockout plus other good cards in deck. Like it's just good. Being dark type notably gives your already matchup a buff. You probably get Evo through the what's it called? The little guy.
Arvin. Oh
no, not Arvin. Frillish.
Tatsugiri? Oh, you can Evo.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you can like Evo through like that.
Sure.
Just like once Pidgeot hits the board, like you can probably win that matchup, but
Pidgeot's crazy good.
Definitely. Last one I wanted to wrap up our Milwaukee through discussion with is Terrorbox. We saw Terrorbox win the Champions League in Yokohama. We know it's a deck that is capable of those big finishes, really meta dependent. And coming into this weekend, right, is Terrorbox enough to get through all of the Gardevoirs that'll be running around in Milwaukee? And is well positioned right now. Eric's expression seems to not believe in torrential pump.
Dang, you're not pumping.
You're not pumped
about it.
Torrential pump.
The problem for me with torrential pump is putting the energy back in the deck. There's just so many times you do that. You get the next turn. You're just like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing in my life? I got nothing. All my guys are at the bottom of the deck. I just drew into 3 energies. I don't know. I mean, it's getting good finishes. It's definitely a strong deck. Anytime you can just take out 2 Charcadets or take out 2 Ralts or take out 2 anything. Now, the one piece I think that's going to hold Terrorbox back, there's these 2 new guys that are in format, and they're Radiant Greninja, and they have 110 HP. So if either of those guys are in the active, you now need a boss's orders to like take an extra prize, right? Like Goldenga, right? You're not going to cheese 2 on them real quick, easily, right? So you need to like go first. You need to attach, and instead of going Judge Crystal, you have to go Boss Crystal, right? So I don't know how good that's going to be, because that makes it a little more awkward, and that card's going to be like I think Soul Rock Lunatone is going to be probably in 5 of our top 8 decks at the end of the day. You're going to see that card in like 5 of them probably. I mean, it's just that good. So I don't know. Can they survive with that, right? So we'll see. Terrorbox is always good when people aren't expecting it or playing Shaman and things like that. So we'll see. I wouldn't play it for this weekend. I don't think it's a good play, but that's just me. Pikachu's good.
Yeah, Pikachu's good. I mean, you got a
Pikachu's
lot
good.
of good attackers. Parker seems a little skeptical as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd consider playing it this weekend. The thing that Pikachu beats is all the not spread decks. Like your Cerulege now has to hit in a Pikachu. Your Goldengo now has to hit in a Pikachu. Can't kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
But
people like
also,
Alex
but even
Szymanski,
all,
Josh Brink playing it, right? You got good players playing it; it'll do well.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
But even in those matchups, right, in the Goldengo and Cerulege that are your better matchups, you now have Soul Rock as an easy way to smack into Pikachu and
Smack
break it and
into
have a
it.
single prize board while you do it.
Right. Yeah. It's not a foolproof strategy, but like in a linear game of Pokemon where you just go teal or not teal, water
Yeah, sure.
pond,
Water pond.
Water Pond, Pika,
Pikachu,
or Bear,
like it's I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, I still believe in the deck. Again, I think it's one of those that is still not going to see a very high play rate, and people who do play it are going to do well, which is in a way inflating it. But I think it's a deck that probably deserves maybe a little better placement, but it's going to be really hard to just deal with all the Gardevoirs running around.
Yeah.
Unless you can just literally just run them off the board from the start. All right, gentlemen, any other decks you want to highlight real quick before we wrap up our mill walkthrough?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're not talking about Crustle and Control enough. I think Pidgeot Control's in a really good spot right now.
Here we go. He says it every regional.
I'm just saying. I
If a
think
really good pilot who plays Pidgeot Control shows up with it, it's going to do well.
Blitzel has been off of his like Control variant for a little bit for some reason. Been playing like Raging Bull and other decks, but like if Blitzel just locks in and plays Pidgeot Control to Milwaukee, like he's gonna get a good finish. Because the deck is good. I mean, he won his own cash tournament last week online. Like that's crazy. Like you win your own tournament. Also, I think I've been coming more and more around on Mega Lucario. Like even though it's weak to Psychic, which is terrible right now, there's a lot of good single prize options that you can do. Like you can play the Reversal Energy with the Hariyama. You could play Ignition Energy, but I think it's only colorless, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But there's some cool things you can do with the deck without attacking with it. So I think there's like some niche, because we haven't talked about the Fighting Power Pro much, right? Like there's not many decks that are going to take advantage of that, right? You got the Garchomp running around, but Parker, you played that last week. So there's some really cool cards. I'm excited to see what people cook up with this weekend. And like these decks, like yes, these are the decks that we just talked about, but those have been the decks for a long time. I'm ready to see some cool stuff this weekend.
Parker, anything to add?
Yeah, there's Garchomp. Like I've been I say I've been struggling, but like I've been winning a lot, but like setting up's been kind of difficult. I think Garchomp like actually might have a place in the meta. There's also like like Mega Venusaur, but like without the Venusaurs, like just like attacking with Teal Mask.
Yeah,
I've
like
seen a
Teal
couple
Mask
of
plus
those.
Meganium deck.
Yeah, Meganium. Like I think that those like that actually seems kind of terrifying to play against like that. And I've seen them with like playing like a Prism or the Waters and attacking with Ogre Pawn and stuff, like the Water Pawn, because like the Meganium makes it so
Yeah, one water,
need
one
to
grass
attach.
with the Meganium. Hold up,
Yeah.
now we're talking.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many decks. Like, you look at Limitless online, you want to guess how many decks there are? Like
40.
in this format,
300. No.
there's 133 decks that have an archetype on Limitless in this format.
Yo, Scovillian doesn't count. I see that under 30.
I mean, there's Future Box, there's Ting Lu, there's Rockets Nido King, but like whatever, right? There's just so many decks, man. Even like minimum 40 people playing the deck. There's 38 of them. Just have fun this weekend, guys. I'm jealous I'm not going. If I was going, I'd be playing Cerulege probably. I like my list a lot. I'll probably post it tomorrow at some point if you guys want to take a look at it. It's got 0 Carmines in it, and we'll get right into that right now.
Yeah, again, before we started the episode, we were talking about, Pokemon like we do. And then the question came up around Carmine. So I'll be sharing my screen for a quick little game that I like to call Is It Better Than Carmine? So again,
Yes.
Eric is of the persuasion that pretty much every draw supporter around is better than Carmine. So
It's a terrible
brought some of this
card.
to really question Eric's allegiances to this, and then also have a little break from all the serious meta talk for y'all to follow along and listen to at home. So first card, and how this will work is we'll get everyone's take here. We'll all vote on it to determine if the card is better than Carmine or not. So first off, we have Professor's Research. So again, similar to Carmine, however, Professor's Research cannot be used on the first turn. Carmine, if you go first, you can use it, and it discards draw 5. Professor's Research, you discard draw 7. So is this card better than, is Research better than Carmine?
Yes.
Yes.
Not even close.
Yeah, definitely yes.
Different stratosphere.
Much different stratosphere. Just need to set the baseline, right? The point here, a lot of cards are better than Carmine. We know that. We know a lot of cards are better than Carmine. Professor's Research is one of them. I'm going to test a little bit more. So we have Katie from Scarlet and Violet base set. So everyone loves their Lily's Determination, their shuffle draw 8.
Your turn ends.
Katie lets you shuffle draw 8, but your turn ends after using it. So is Eric, I know you hate Carmine, but is Katie better than Carmine?
No.
Parker,
No.
what'd you think?
No, it is not better than Carmine.
But wait. There is a situation where Katie's better than Carmine.
Okay.
It's in Snorlax, Quad Snorlax.
Sure.
Okay.
But that doesn't exist in Standard.
I'm sure if you played Mega Absol EX though, you'd rather
See?
play Katie than Carmine, right?
Absolutely.
No. Katie is truly terrible, right? The fact that the fact that Lily's Determination exists makes this card unplayable.
This card exists.
Now, when I think of bad supporters, Katie's like one of the first ones on the list.
I didn't even know it existed, bro.
All right, let's bring up another one. Harlequin. Is Harlequin a better card than Carmine?
Yes, absolutely.
You cannot seriously say this is a better card. Harlequin.
100% this card is better.
Why is it better?
Why is it better? Because you're flipping coins and you and your opponent are smiling, having fun, and you're likely to draw like at least some decent cards off of it.
Probably
okay,
not.
So first off, right, Harlequin, each player shuffles their hand in the deck, and then the player flips a coin. If heads, you draw 8, they draw 3. If tails, you draw 3, they draw 5. Oh, sorry. You draw 5, they draw 3. If tails, you draw 3, draw 5.
Yeah, we're both.
So you think the disruption and the fun is even more important?
Absolutely, dude. Carmine sucks.
Okay, well, I raise you a better option. Better than Harlequin. Lucian lets each player shuffle their hands to the bottom of the deck, and then each player flips a coin. And then if they flip heads, they get 6, and tails, they draw 3. Is Lucian better than Harlequin?
Yes, they're both better than Carmine.
No, but is Lucian better than Harlequin?
Yes.
I think it certainly is.
What?
Each player gets to flip a coin in this case, right? You determine your own fate. Then you're not relying on your opponent. Well, one, if you play Harlequin, your opponent just sits there and reacts, right? There's no fun to it, right? Lucian, each of you get to flip.
Listen, there's always fun when there's a dice rolling on the table. Epic splash, lovers, rejoice. They're both better than Carmine. I'm sorry.
Our next one, Brassius. Brassius, count the number of cards in your hand, shuffle those into your deck, and then draw that many cards plus 1. Is Brassius better than Carmine?
Like
Parker?
Low key?
I think it is. I think it is.
It could be.
I didn't even know this card existed either, but yeah, I think it is.
Like, okay, so like if you get Iono to 1 and you draw Brassius, you'll probably want to.
You probably want Carmine. But do you want Carmine turn 1 or Brassius?
Well, again, like, if you do what I do and you play a Lily's Determination for 8, and then you just draw into 8 cards that do not help you, none of them search for your Treepies at all.
But then you draw 9 next turn.
Yeah, exactly. Then you can Brassius for another one instead of Lily's for another
better,
8.
Bro. It's better.
Oh, actually, your top deck. Well, I guess you'll play the card. And
you'll play the card. It'll
be the same thing. Okay, so Lily's is still better then, perhaps.
Brassius is better than Carmine. You heard it here on the Beach Court Podcast.
All right. So for this last one, I think there's no way this is better, but is Ryfort better than Carmine? Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, discard any number of them, put the other cards back in any order.
And any order is kind of good,
Is Ryfort
No.
Yeah, how many cards does let you draw, Eric?
Okay, but we have Solrock Lunatone.
But what
Okay, well, then
idea,
you could
what
have
if
seen
you
8 with
Carmine and then
Carmine.
you Soul Rocky Lunatone?
Yeah, but then I can't discard the cards I draw off of Carmine. This
Bro,
lets
he's-
me. This
Dude,
lets me
he's
see
rage
the
baiting, bro.
Listen,
So you're like, I get
hold
to.
on. This lets me see the energies that are in the top 5, right? There's 4 energies there. I discard all 4 of them. I put the boss's orders back, or the counter catcher, and I go sick. Ryford, give me the counter catcher, and I got 2 more cards after that with Solrock Lunatone. I saw
Or you
7.
could just see 8 with Carmine.
Or you can just discard all 5 and then
No.
do the same thing.
Yeah. If you think about it, Ryford is just Carmine from the top of your deck. If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, right. Sometimes you have a hand, right? I mean, you've seen it before. You have a hand of cards, and you're like, I don't want to get rid of these. What if I just get rid of the next 5 cards, and then you can do that?
Listen, honestly, that thought has come up so much when playing Cerulean Edge, and that's why I play 2 copies of Lilies. It's so good.
Why play Lilies when you can play Katie, which always gets you 8 cards?
Yeah, you know what? I'm getting
know.
Badoo locked anyways.
So
I
only
kinda-
only 2 of these cards were worse than Carmine.
Okay, that's we can agree to disagree there. So,
Point
anyways,
being, Carmine sucks. Don't put it in your deck.
unless the only other card you have is Katie, in which case you can play.
Then put it in your deck.
Okay, that's all I had there. That's just our little silly aside. From
This
a
came,
little
this
break
came last
from the
week
seriousness.
because Parker saw me with my list last week, and I was like, "Yeah, Carmine sucks," and he's like, "What? Carmine's good." I'm like, "No, Carmine sucks."
No. This is what happened. He was about to lose to Archaladon the last round, and then he goes, "You want an ID?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure."
Listen,
I was
I
like,
only,
you
I
got
only
lucky.
Boy
almost,
Maddox won the game.
No.
And then he
listen.
laid out his
Listen,
deck,
listen,
and I was like,
listen.
"Bro, you don't play Carmine?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And then it was like, "Well, you probably would have just won if you played Carmine."
There's 2 reasons why I almost lost that match. 1, the bundle was prized. That was the problem. 2, I misplayed hard at the end. If I just evolve my second Cerulean Edge, I win on the spot with Brian.
Okay.
So I just misplayed super hard to give him an out, and I was like, "Oh shit! Well, I have it right here. Do you want an ID?"
And the truth comes out. No, so but we're always learning. We're always building.
I mean, definitely, it's my
I'll
first
go
time playing the deck, so
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's a good deck. So I mean, I'm sure as you get more and more reps, and it's going to be decently positioned, I think, for a little bit. So I'm excited to see how it goes this weekend. And speaking of seeing how it goes this weekend, let's wrap things up with our predictions. So again, as we're tackling our predictions, want to hear from y'all. Some predictions for the Milwaukee Regional Championships. So first off, we have the brand new Mega Pokemon. Everyone's been excited to see Mega Pokemon 3 prizes return to the game. The question is, which Mega Pokemon EX will be the highest placing at the Milwaukee Regional Championships? Parker, jump into you.
Ooh. It's so hard to not think.
All right, we'll go to Eric. Eric, which one do you think? He's showing off Mega Absol and Mega Kangaskhan, which are 2 cards, not 1.
But they're both going to be in the same deck, so I don't know how to answer the question.
You think they're both going to be in the highest placing list at 67th place
No,
by Tord Reklev?
I just think this is the answer. They're in the same deck.
So I'm gonna just say Mega Kangaskhan because there's a chance Terrabox or Bolt or one of those decks that play Latias, big basic, just puts it in their deck. So when they get Iona, they can go Mew for 2, Kangaskhan for 2, Fez for 3, and I win the game. Boom.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm just going to say Mega Kangaskhan.
All right.
Mega Kangaskhan, I think definitely
So
a good choice.
if the Absol deck is the winner, I win this prediction, correct?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
just making sure because Kangaskhan's in there. I gotta make sure Parker's not qualified if Absol's in the deck.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, So I was gonna pick Kangaskhan, but since that's already been taken twice, kind of, I'm just gonna say Henry Chow likes Mega Gardevoir. He's
I
going
was,
to make
I
it
was
work.
gonna say, do
It's
you
in the
think
list.
anyone's gonna play the card? Like, do you think there's gonna be any successful Gardevoir list with the card in it?
Any? Certainly.
Well, like, is someone gonna cash with that card?
I don't know.
Perhaps.
But that's
That's
not
a
the question. It's
prediction.
just the
I'm asking
highest
you a
placing
question.
list. Is anyone going to cash with Mega Gardevoir? Yes.
All right,
We'll say
Parker? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no
Because
as well.
top 32 is like, that's crazy.
yes. And listen, Gardevoir's a good enough deck that you can play one bad card and still make cash.
You
with
know,
it.
it actually is. Yeah,
What is this, Raging Bolt?
It's a lot of decks, basically. It kind of is Raging Bolt, honestly.
Yeah.
Gardevoir 3 Charm is basically Raging Bolt. Speaking of Raging Bolt and other aggressive decks, we've talked about a couple of our favorite aggro decks. Eric's being Ceruledge. Parker and I still like that Goldango. Maybe there's something else. What do we think the highest placing aggressive aggro deck will be?
You want the place or you want the deck?
What deck will be the highest placing?
What deck will? Okay. I want to say Raging Bull, but the only reason why I want to say Raging Bull is because like people are sleeping on it, and the moment you sleep on that deck is the moment it just runs you over.
When they sleeping on you, tuck them in.
So I'm gonna say Raging Bull. I'm gonna say Raging Bull.
Parker, what you think?
I think Terror Box actually.
That's not an aggro deck, man.
How is that not
Huh?
aggro?
What do you mean? Yeah, why it hooks you off the board?
You attack for more than one energy, no longer aggro.
I'm going my boy Goldango. Again, I think it's a little underrespected. I think it's back in the top 8 this upcoming weekend. Speaking more about top 8, again, we've had questions before about how many Dragapult when it dominated top 8s. Now the question is, does Dragapult make top 8 at all? Eric, with your binoculars, do you see a Dragapult?
No, I already said I'm not better than 16. Like I think 32 is the highest position.
Parker, do you agree with the Heat?
I see it. I think there'll be one.
One in top 8?
I'll get in.
Nah.
No. I'm also going one in top 8. I think too many good players are still playing it. One will dodge and weave.
You think Hendrick will still play it?
Sure.
Unless Dialga's good again. So Dialga V-Star, unfortunately,
might play Caparage.
I don't know about that one. Chief. This one's a little bit of a silly one. We have talked all about our retreats locks and are recommending your Turos for this weekend. How many games on stream will at some point feature a Pokemon being retreat locked? So either using corner, are they all the attacks corner? Yeah, corner, clutch, impound, sob, right? Any of those? How many games on stream? So like if there's a, if Mega Absol plays against a deck and they win 2-0 and they use clutch 2 times and it counts as 2. So how many games on stream?
All right, so we got maximum. How many stream games do we have?
Probably like 12 to 13. Because we'll have 6 on day 1.
Oh yeah, it is.
And then we'll have like actually there's only 8 rounds. Actually, we might still only have maybe unless they stream earlier. Yeah, actually there's only 8 rounds.
So how many total?
Let's just say probably like 13.
All right, 16. So the maximum is 13, 26, 39, right? So 39 is like the maximum.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so really the maximum is like 26 because if you're saw blocking, you're not going to game 3.
Yeah,
sure. So I'm gonna go 9. 9. I think this is the weekend you got to put your switch outs in the deck, man. You got to put your Turo. You got to play a couple copies of Switch if you're an Arvin deck or something like that. Like, do not play Switch cards this weekend. Like even Grim, Grimmsnarl, same thing. You got to play Switches. You can get locked.
You just let your active die. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be like 4.
All right. 9, 4.
They're like 4 games. Yeah.
I'm probably going to take advantage of going last and go somewhere in the middle because I mean, one day they're only going to put so many games on that are featuring like retreat lock, or that's like a win con, right? I think when it comes to the end of the day in those final games, retreat lock won't be super prevalent, right? You're not going to be in finals or top 4. It's going to be like two guardies smacking each other, right? No one's going to be like retreat locking in finals. So I'll go with 5. Still on the lower side, but I think 5 games we probably see like, you know, 2 2-0s and then 1 game that also features a retreat lock, a sob stall somewhere. All right, rounding out our last few. This is our Milwaukee question. What place will the highest placing mill or control deck be in honor of Milwaukee? Control deck or mill deck will include anything with like a Zero 6. If anyone goes and plays a Wug Trio or a Great Tusk,
Pidgeot control part,
or like a Pidgeot control type of thing. Yeah, Pidgeot control. So, what do you think the highest placing mill or control deck will be?
Top 64.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Top 64? Give me a top one. Give me top 128.
128. Right.
I mean, unless I have confirmation that Blitzel is going and playing Pidgeot control, I don't know if I feel comfortable with the control deck there. I mean, maybe Great Tusk Mill is a little bit up in the up and up, but not that good. I think like 128 and like it's some control deck.
Yeah, I mean, like even Melodic Walls is running around, dude.
Not a real deck. Maybe. I don't
That's
know.
running around. That's running around. I mean, it definitely walls edge, right?
It's milling around in Milwaukee.
It is milling
I saw that joke from Parker from before the episode started. Thanks, Parker. All right. Speaking of weird things milling around, we have Tord popping all the way over from Europe, playing some list that was leaked today, likely in his Metafy group. So the question is, how many people will have a limitless page with the Tord 60?
Okay, so the reason why we asked this question is because there was a tournament last year, London, where there was like I don't know what 8 people that had the list in day 2.
Yeah, like 5, 6, or 7, something like that.
So I'm gonna go with 3. 3 people with the same 60.
2.
Oh, Maddox, you want 4 or 1, bro?
So I think Tord likely makes a tweak to whatever was in his list.
No
so he plays something different. So I'm going Tord stands alone with the 60.
Okay.
Wait. Are we talking about his actual?
Yeah, like how 60? Many people are like are
60 that he sleeves up to the tournament?
I'm changing mine to just Tord then.
All right.
The archetype, I was gonna say.
All right, so if you guys can both do 1, I'm gonna say 2+. I'll take the over.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. This last one, maybe the surprise deck of the tournament was already leaked online if it's a Mega Absol deck. But what will the surprise deck of the Milwaukee Regional Tournament be? Is it something we know about? Is it something we don't? Is it some archetype that is a little underrated? What do you think? What deck will be the one that says, "Oh wow, we're really surprised at how well that did"?
Go ahead, Parker.
It'd be the Mega Absol one, probably.
Sure. I'm gonna say Ho-Oh Armor Rouge deck.
Ooh.
I like the deck a lot. I like Legacy Energy as a card. You can play the Kangaskhan. You can draw 3. You can put the Legacy Energy on the Kangaskhan, make him a 2-prizer. There's some cool things you can do there with that. And you can hit some big damage. You flip a lot of heads, man.
All right. Give me a deck we haven't really talked about. Zoroark. I guess it's we just won the last regional championships. Not a lot of people are going to play it, but if Liam Halliburton or someone equivalent shows up with it and just hits a bunch of guardies, they're doing really well. Which then leads us to our last question. Gardevoir has won almost every single major event since rotation. Question is, plain and simple, will Gardevoir win the Milwaukee Regional Championships?
Top seed going into Top Cut for the Mickey tonight. Blitzel tournament 8-1-1. Will Gardy win Milwaukee? Probably, man. I mean, it's just good. A lot of good players play it because it's good, and I'm gonna say it wins.
So when you say everything else versus Gardevoir, you're taking Gardevoir.
Yeah.
Parker, what are you taking?
Listen, Vegas wants you to bet on everything else, and then Gardy just keeps winning.
I think it will.
Maybe Gardy won't win Vegas. Maybe.
Parker, you think it will win?
I think it wins. Somehow it'll pull it off.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll be the one standalone non-Guardy believer. Guardy's going to dominate the event. It's going to be the most played deck. It's going to be all over the top tables, but it won't win. What will win? I have no idea. But if it's everything else versus Guardy, again, I'll throw my money on everything else. And
See,
then
you would have done that all of last season and lost like 14 out of 15 times.
Yeah, Shirley would be like, well, surely Guardy can't win again,
week,
right?
Bro, surely this week.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it.
Wait, hold
for
on.
us
Wait,
here.
real quick trivia question for you guys.
Oh no.
There's 16 players in top cut of this tournament tonight.
It's not a trivia question. It's just guessing objectively because it's not something we could possibly know.
How many different decks do you think there are?
5? I don't know. What Guardy? Well, there's like 4 Guardies. There's like 2 Absols. 2 aggro, 2 aggro. I'll go like 7, 6. I'll go 6.
You said top 16.
Top 16.
Probably like 10, 11.
There's 12 different decks.
Jesus.
The meta is so wide, bro.
How many of them are Absol?
There's one Absol, one other, which is like a slightly different Absol list.
And so 2 Absol. Okay.
So 2 Absols, yeah. 2 Absols, 2 Guardies, 3 Dragapults, 4 Dragapults, and those are the only repeats. Everything else is new.
4 Dragapults?
Yeah, 2 Dusknors, 2
Dragapult on the up and up. It's Dragapult's time.
Yeah, it is. It could be. Good luck to everyone playing this weekend in Milwaukee. I'll be rooting you on from home, and hope you guys have a good time.
Yeah, we'll be rooting on all of y'all from down here in Jacksonville. Again, thanks everyone for tuning into the Beach Court podcast. A reminder, check in the description below, fill out the FCBC regional travel grant if you or someone you know may be eligible. Let us know if you have any questions. And good luck to everyone playing in their locals this weekend, playing in Milwaukee. That's going to do it from us here on the Beach Court podcast, and we'll see you next time.
See you.